Welcome back to another adventure with Relaxing Reality. Today we are touring the historic Crystal Cave in Kutztown, Pennsylvania. We are taking a guided tour 125 feet below the surface. We are excited to check out this amazing cave system that was discovered way back in 1871, and we invite you to join us on this fun adventure and relax your reality with us. We made it! Crystal Cave! Wow! Look at this. We got a nice...
Hey, those people are here from Connecticut.
Front row parking spot. So it is almost 4 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. We are at the Crystal Cave in Kutztown, Pennsylvania.
Just a fun little adventure.
Yeah. Welcome to Crystal Cave, discovered in 1871. We're with my mother-in-law today. Hello.
Hi, guys.
She's actually, last time we were together in a vlog, it was Gettysburg last year. Heading on in to get the tickets.
Is filming allowed in the cave on the tour?
Who's that?
Is filming allowed?
Sure.
Look at this. Halloween ghost tours.
Right down to tour time.
If you're looking for something to do in the Halloween area time frame.
That looks so cool.
That does look cool. I want to do that.
Looks terrifying.
All right, I'm with Dan. We're getting ready to hop on the tour here. Tell us a little bit about the cave.
The cave goes back, has a great history. It goes back, opens up from 1872. A lot of people have come here since. And I'd like to see what this is going to show when we come out here today.
We're going to get some awesome footage. Thanks.
Okay.
All right, making the trek up to where we enter the cave. It is quite a trek. Look at this. This is like the Stairmaster 5000. What is going on? But wait, there's more. Look at these steps. And there is a nice bench here to sit down. It's a long way down there. Oh, getting cool video.
When two farmers were blasting the side of the hill looking for limestone, they would have found a small opening, crawled down here, and discovered our cave. Now, as they got down here, natural light can get down here, so it took them a couple days. They came back with friends and lanterns. Now, this would have been one of the first formations they would have seen when they got down here. We call it our upside down ice cream cone, just because it looks like a little ice cream cone that's been put upside down and then melted everywhere. Now, this is a dripstone feature, so as it rains outside, that rainwater will go through our soil, picking up minerals, and then enter our cave through our little stalactite right here. Now it will drip off the stalactite, land onto our stalagmite, that water will evaporate, and then leave behind all the minerals. So this right here is a formation of calcite. It is also very old. It is 200,000 years old and grows only a cubic inch every 300 to 500 years. So you can picture a Hershey Kiss, that's how much it grows. Very slowly. Now there's also 3 different flavors to our ice cream. So we have all the vanilla. This is all calcite. We also got some chocolate chips right here. This is actually just some rust because our rocks can oxidize. And then right over here we have some mint. This is actually just called lamp flora. It's either moss or algae that can kind of come in here on our clothing or as little pollen spores in the air. Come down, attach itself to anywhere where there's a light fixture and dripping water. Alright, then if you guys look down to this wall, this is what we call flowstone. It is just like our dripstone, but it flows down our cave walls and then leaves off in sheet-like deposit. Now right over here we have some more vanilla. This is healthy calcite and healthy flowstone, what it should look like. But it actually turns a little bit yellow and even very dark and eroded right here. Now, this is actually from early tourists kind of coming in here and rubbing this wall for good luck, like a rabbit's foot. Now, it was good luck for them. Nobody died in our cave. But very bad luck for our cave because everything in here is water-based. All these formations are made from water, and they have water on them. So anytime we touch these rocks, all those oils in our skin transfer onto them, clog the pores. Therefore, no water or minerals can get to them anymore. And eventually, they just kind of break off and die. Alright, so that's why we don't touch anything, just because we don't want any more of that. These guys is what we call potholes. Alright, now these potholes is just a big piece of evidence that we had a flood in here. Now, our whole cave was carved out by rushing water, but at one point there was a flood. As that water was draining out of our cave, it would have been making a whirlpool motion with sticks and rocks and large streams of rushing water that kind of drilled these guys in our ceiling and left behind these large hole structures.
Here we go. Wow.
Alright, so this is the smallest room in the cave. This is what we call our storage room. Now, when those same two farmers discovered the cave, they thought they put it to use. They noticed how cold it is in here, just like a refrigerator. It's actually 54 degrees. So back then, there was no refrigerators. They actually brought all their crops up here to kind of keep in this room, keep them cold. Now, didn't work out. Only lasted about a week before they just stopped doing it. Just because there's too much dripping water, too much humidity, it all got spoiled really fast. Now, we still call it our storage room, but we don't store anything in here. We have fridges now. It just looks like some of the formations in here look like crops. So if you look right up here, you have a carrot. We got some green beans, maybe some peppers, one large mushroom, and my favorite, some cave bacon. Alright, now this cave bacon is known as drapery. It is just like our flowstone, but it's actually going to flow down the ceiling of a rock. And the entire time it is kind of flowing down. Gravity is going to pull it, therefore it just makes that bacon looking shape we can all see. Alright, now this large rock above you guys is what we call a drop rock. It is the largest drop rock in the cave. Now it would have fallen from an earthquake 500,000 years ago and then fell into place, making the ceiling of our storage room. So as this rock fell, it actually split one larger room into two smaller ones. So later in our tour, we'll be walking right above this rock. Alright, now we also have the red light down here. This is lighting up one of our side passageways, and it just has that red light kind of as another cautionary so nobody falls down there. And the side passageway is very small. It's only 4 feet by 4 feet, but it does extend 125 feet all the way back that way underneath the hill, and then underneath where we're watching that video at. Our side passageway is very dark, very dry. Nothing can really grow down there. It actually takes 3 weeks for water to reach down there. So the only thing we really have is a little aragonite crystal right here formed with a stalagmite. Alright, and then we can start to go into our next room. Just watch, we have a wish light right here, and the ground is a little uneven on the right.
Oh.
To the largest, this is what we call our Crystal Ballroom. Now it is also the deepest part we can go in the cave on our tour. It's about 125 feet below the Earth's surface. Now it is not the deepest part of the cave, because if you guys actually look right down here, we have another red light lighting up one of our other side passageways called Devil's Den. And this one here is a 5-foot ledge and then a 30-foot vertical drop into nothing. It also goes about 80 feet up this way and 60 feet all the way up this way. Now down there, it is actually 51 degrees. All throughout the cave, it's going to be 54, so it's the coldest down there. Also, down there is where we had all of our bats. Now, we had bats in our cave from the time it opened up until about 10 years ago, because they caught a disease called white nose syndrome. Now, that disease actually grew a fungus on their face, and occurred during the wintertime. So they woke up during hibernation, kind of got irritated, went out to go look for food. Now they couldn't, because they couldn't echolocate. That fungus was kind of there, which affected their ability to. So unfortunately, many of them passed away. Not all of them though, they repopulated outside, on the nature trail and in the other buildings. It's just they've never actually made their way back in here since that disease they got 10 years ago. So we think just because of all the activity in here, all those loud screaming kids, and because there's also lights down there now, so probably don't want to come back, but if they do, they go all the way back here and then kind of hide. All right, now this is the Crystal Ballroom, so I'm going to show you guys some crystals. Right here we have what is called calcite crystals. They are six-sided crystals, very similar to quartz. They're actually made up of the same compound as salt. So you guys think about salt in your french fries, it actually dissolves with water. So do these crystals. Now, the farmers came in here thinking they were diamonds. So they actually took a chunk of the wall out, took it down to a jeweler in Kutztown, and then as they were rinsing them off, realized they weren't diamonds. They all dissolved and disappeared. We are very fortunate to still have this large structure of them though, just because this ledge up top actually blocks any spring water from reaching down and touching these guys, so we'll have them for years to come. Alright, then if you guys come down here, we have what is called aragonite crystals. Now they are 8-sided crystals, and they're actually the complete opposite of calcite crystals, just because they only form when they are fully submerged in water. Now these are all throughout our tour just because of that flood we had, and they're also down in our gift shop. So if you want to take some home, they're not from the cave, but you can still get some. Alright, now this is our Crystal Ballroom. Does anybody know what a ballroom is? No? It is where you dance. Alright, so the farmers ended up coming to the diamonds, and then they sold the cave. They didn't want it anymore. So a man named Samuel Kohler actually purchased it for $5,000. He instructed that inn where you guys bought your tickets at. People would spend the night, come do tours, and between those tours they would actually have parties down here, weddings, baptisms, other different services, and occasions. Now, there was no electricity or flooring in here until the 1930s. So from 1871 until the 30s, they actually would all come down here, get some twigs, some wooden planks, hay, put it all throughout the ground here. They also, up on the ceiling up here, would take some wagon wheels, stick candles on them, and then light a whole cave up. Now, where we're standing right now is a dance floor. This is where everybody danced in the ballroom. Alright? And then right where this light fixture is right here is actually where they would have set up that concession stand where they would serve drinks and snacks. Now, they also served alcohol here at one point. It was all served on the rocks. Yeah, get it?
Right next to that drum.
Yeah, right next to there. Now, also right over here is where they would have had that little stage where people would come in, play instruments, sing. We also had bands come in here. They were all rock bands. Yeah. These are funny rock jokes you can't take for granted. Yeah. Alright, another cool fact is actually all of these rocks were never here. They were all the way over here, and that's how people would get in and out. Once we created our stairs, we just kind of moved them to the side. So if we were to move them again, it'd be a 60-foot drop. So very scary. People would take a boardwalk, put it out there, stand up their drinks and their lantern, and then we did have some people fall. No, nobody died. They made it out. They just broke lots of bones. All right, now our largest party was in 1919. That was that wedding between Marion Kurtz and Francis Finley. Now, did that couple look happy in the picture? No? They actually got divorced 6 months later. Yeah. Rocky start. Yeah. But that was the biggest party we ever had in our cave. There was about 800 people that showed up. Some of them were in here, like their family and people part of the wedding. And then other people just showed up because she actually put it in the newspaper for 3 days. And then we had that many people show up just because it was the first wedding in a cave in Pennsylvania. So they all waited outside to just watch the couple leave after they got married. Now that wife is me, we call her Bridezilla. She had 2 different crazy requests. The first one is she wanted a natural altar for the wedding. So this right here is our altar rock. It is a 300-pound stalagmite that was cut down from a deeper part of the cave brought all the way up here and then cemented into the ground. Now because of that, it's sadly a dying formation. If you look up here, there's no stalactite to drip onto it. It can't continue its growth. So eventually it's actually going to hollow from the inside out, and this outer layer is kind of just going to chip and fall apart. Now it's been here since 1919. It's actually going to take a while before it actually completely falls apart. So we'll see it for some time. Now the second crazy request is she wanted a grand piano in here. That piano weighed almost 1,000 pounds. So they actually had to push that up the mountainside and then get it into our cave. They tried to go through the storage room, it wouldn't fit. So I had to take it back out, go above the storage room on these drop rocks, and then kind of take it down into our cave, and they put it in the corner where the band played. Now she paid 4 men for that job, each 25 cents each, and it was in here for 5 minutes before they had to take it right back out. Very mean. Alright? Now, before we head up the stairs, we have a feature above us, actually. So if you look at this crack right here, that extends the entirety of the room. This is actually a fault line, a part of the Blue Ridge Mountain fault system of Pennsylvania. So it is those 2 plates kind of just sitting there. Now we know that the only time these guys have actually moved when our mountains were forming 500,000 years ago. And we know we don't have to worry about the cave collapsing or anything else moving, just because it takes such a high number for them to actually shift. It actually won't be another 500,000 years until they move again. And also, it is a lot safer in here if we were to have an earthquake, because we're underground. So you don't feel anything. If you were in the gift shop, maybe stuff would fly off the walls and it would shake a little. But when we're in here, don't even know things going on. Alright, so that's good to know. But just in case, we're going to head up the stairs. Once we go up the stairs, just watch out for this ledge right here. And then when we get to the top of the stairs, you're going to see a yellow watch your head sign and a wish light. You're also going to see a very low-hanging rock on the right-hand side. I can't even go under it. So once you see that sign, start taking the stairs all the way to the left. It's like the last 3 to 4. Alright, and then you guys can start to follow me up the stairs.
Wishing well. Alrighty guys, so if you look towards the back wall all the way over there, you can see the largest column in the cave. Now a column gets to form when we have a stalactite and a stalagmite that actually have enough time to grow together and kind of meet in the middle. Now this one here is 14.5 feet tall. It is the largest in the cave, and we also call it our totem pole, just because it kind of looks like there's a little face right here. Or maybe a rhino head, maybe an owl, or some jellyfish all the way down here. Alright, and then another feature we have is actually right above this rock, so if you guys are under it, you might want to come out a little bit just so you can see. Now this is what we call our Sandcastle rock. Sadly, it is another dying formation, just because we had a stalactite feeding it right here. Then naturally, over time, as all these rocks were shifting, it would have ended up right here and kind of broke off a little. Now the entire time that guy was moving, it also would have been dripping. So if you guys look down to the floor right here,
These are actually all stalagmites. Now they look a little bit different. Now they kind of look like fried eggs or avocado to go with their cave bacon. But that is just because it's just the base of the stalagmites. There's nothing growing up. Now, today, these are the only formation that you guys are allowed to touch. Just because we don't want them to grow back. We don't want anyone to trip on it. So if you guys touch them, I'll make them never grow back. All right, so if you want to, you can.
I already did a little slip on them, so I'm good.
If you kiss them, is it good luck?
It'd probably be very salty.
Yeah. Are they soft? I do want to see what it feels like. Oh, that's great. It's like marble.
Yeah.
It's dry. It's like marble.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
It's like something on Aliens.
I hope not.
Well, we have pictures. Just kidding.
Alright, and then if you look right over here, this is actually our largest body of water. Now it doesn't look very big, it's actually only 3.5 quarts and only a couple inches deep. This is what we call Lake Inferior. Now this body of water is also the same one that they used for all those baptisms that occurred in the cave. Some others would strap their children to them, climb all the way up this rock, and then baptize them in this water right here. Now, I definitely could not be one of those mothers because my son would probably freak out. He also likes to eat his bath water. It is very, very salty water. Definitely would not be able to do that to him. All right. And then above that, right up here, this is what we call a helictite. A helictite is just a stalactite that has kind of curve to it. This guy was formed because we had wind tunnels going through our cave before it was open. So, as it kind of pushed on it, it dripped down and took on this form. And now today, it looks like E.T.'s finger. Maybe even a crab leg. Alrighty. Now, we are going to be making our way over to this bridge over here. Now, I do want to point out it is metal, so it can be slippery. Please make sure you're holding onto both handrails as you are crossing it. Also, hold on to your belongings. You don't want to drop it over the edge, because if you do, you're going to have to raise your hand really high. And then I'm going to see you and raise my hand, and we're going to wave goodbye to it together. Yeah, so don't drop anything over the edge. Then you guys can start to follow me.
It's strapped on, right?
Oh yeah, I ain't going anywhere.
In my bag.
Boy. There's a long way down.
There's like Tupper's gift shop down there.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What was there?
Well, there's a water bottle.
Oh yeah, people have lost some stuff down there. Whoa, look at this. Now this looks like aliens.
Oh,
That is beautiful.
wow. Looks like a village.
I know, right?
So it's when you said that, this is our prairie dog island. It's our little family of prairie dogs. Now, this is the only formation that has kept its name the entirety of the cave being open. So it's always been and always will stay Prairie Dog Island. Everything else has changed names over time. Now, if you look up to the ceiling, this is actually where it would have fallen from because it is a drop rock. So this is what we call Cathedral Dome. This rock would have fallen from there. Now, as it was falling, it actually might have hit this ledge, all these rocks behind it, and completely flipped over. So all of these stalagmites, at one point, were stalactites when it was up top on the ceiling. Now we have new ones up there. We have at least 300 that will drip down and actually continue these guys up as stalagmites, so we'll keep growing. Alright, now there is a decapitated prairie dog right here.
I see that.
This guy was actually 4 feet tall before it was cut down. Now Samuel Kohler is the guy who purchased the cave from the 2 farmers. He was the first owner. And he could not part with the cave, so in his will, he asked to be buried with a piece. He was denied. But his son was working here as a manager, actually came in after hours, cut it down, and then took it to his father's headstone. So if you guys want to visit his grave, you kind of see it. It's right down the street at that church. It's just only about 8 inches tall now. It's very, very small. Alright, then if you look right up here, this is our rarest formation in the cave. There's only 2 of these in the country. There's one here in Crystal Cave, and there's one in a cave all the way in New Mexico. Now, it is called a lion's tail. is a stalactite that turns into a helictite, grows aragonite crystals, and then drifts back into a stalactite. Alrighty. Now, we are going to be doing our lights out portion of the tour, which means all the lights in this room is going to turn out. There's a couple rules before we do that. If you guys have any phone lights, watch lights, anything that lights up, please just turn them off and conceal them when we have the lights out. If you guys want to take pictures, once I turn my flashlight on, I'll tell you, and then you can. But for the first half, no lights can be on. And then, once those lights go off, make sure wherever you're staying there. Your feet are comfortable. You're not moving your feet around. You have to walk to a railing, level on a stranger, it's fine. Make sure nobody's yelling at you. Don't want to hear you yelling. You can move your head around, move your arms around, that's about it. And then, one more thing. Oh yeah, so the lights will come off, my flashlight will come on, that's when you can take pictures, and then the lights will come back on. So you don't have to worry about anything, and please no screaming. Here's the second one.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, now just give it a couple seconds, and then we'll get to complete and total darkness. No natural light can get back here, and this is what tours would have looked like in 1872.
Wow.
Now, we would come up to the building. We would not watch a video back then, but we would get ready for our tour. So we would actually have our finest clothing on, very long poofy dresses, high heels, suits, and dress shoes. And then we would also start to tie each other to the waist with rope, so we'd kind of be like a human caterpillar. And then we would have our tour guide at the front that would give off about this much light from his lantern.
Wow. Holy smokes.
Can't really see much.
That is terrifying.
So it would actually take about 8 to 9 hours for people to get in here to this point. But it's a lot different. We aren't wearing fancy clothing. We aren't all tied together. We also would come in as smaller groups of only 5 people just so we wouldn't lose anybody. Now, since we were tied together, if one of us fell, we'd all fall down together, or we could just pull them up. But since it is 2024, we have stairs in here. We have electricity. It's just those lights are actually kind of tinted orange, so we can't really see the true natural colors of the cave. With my white flashlight, you can actually see what the true natural colors of Crystal Cave are. Now, my flashlight is dying, so that's why it looks very light. Alrighty, and then I'm going to turn the lights back on. Alright.
Let there be light.
It was, yes.
That was
The
pretty
power
nice.
once went out on me. My flashlight was fully charged, so it definitely was a lot brighter. But power went out, and then we had to continue the tour just with all the lights off, because the generator did not turn back on. And I was standing right here, too, so they thought I turned the lights off, but they would not go back on.
Going to the highest part of the cave here. It's
Wait till we go down this thing.
oh yeah. Wow, this is pretty wild here. Jeez. Yeah, it's a long way there.
Alrighty guys, this is the highest point of the cave. This is also the furthest back we can go on our tour, just because we have a closed cave system, which means one entrance, one exit. We do a full loop to get out of here. Now, because it's the highest up here, it's only 30 feet until we reach our surface, so it's the hottest up here, it's 56 degrees. Everywhere else in the cave is going to be 54. And we can also see a closer look at Cathedral Dome. You can see a lot more of that white calcite, stalactites, and cave bacon. That is just because we are so close to our surface. It still takes about 3 days for rain to reach in the cave, but it can actually start to push a lot faster and then start to form all that calcite up there.
So if there's heavy rain for several days, those like drip, drip, drip?
Not really. It actually still takes a while. And we also have boxes controlling the rain up there, so we don't have any floods or anything like that in there. So if it was to heavily rain, it would actually just kind of push them a little bit faster. So near the entrance, it'll be kind of dripping, but that's really about it. Like up here, it's going to be fine and just how it normally is. All right, now there's also this darker area. This is actually not a hole. This is all kerosene and fire damage. Just because early tourists, there was no electricity in here. They would actually take rags, soak them in kerosene, throw them in a metal funnel, light it on fire, and then throw that up there into that little crevice. So now it would light up the whole cave for about 5 seconds. That was it. So they kind of stopped doing that, and I don't think I can throw a fireball up there either, so pretty good. But that's just because any of the cave walls, anything like that, the little pores, all that smoke damages it. That's why it's still really dark up there. But everything else has kind of healed over, so you won't see that in a lot of areas. And then, all these boulders behind us have actually always sat here. They always will. We think our geologists that come in say that it might be maybe a couple thousand years, a couple 100,000 before they actually do move. So if they can get water to kind of reach in here, they will fall into a sinkhole. Now, so far they have not shifted at all. They have not moved. So it's actually going to take a while before they do. And then once they do fall into the sinkhole, they'll just kind of go down a little bit. And then we'll have an open cave, which means 2 entrances and 2 exits. No, none of us are going to be here for that. It's going to be a while from now. Alright, and then above us is our nursery. These are all little baby stalactites. They are only 1 to 100 years old. And there's also a legend that comes with these guys. So if you get a drip of water on your nose, 5 years of good luck. 1 on top of your head, 1 year of good luck. Alright, so just pull your noses up, and then you can go to the casino or buy a lottery ticket. Alright, now we're going to head down the stairs when you guys are ready. There is 1 larger step, so watch out for this. And then when we go down the stairs, they are cut uneven. So please hold on to the handrail the entire time you're going down.
Besides the bats?
That's really about it.
What is it?
Sprickets.
Sprickets.
So they're like crickets that are kind of related to a spider.
Nice question to ask while we're in the cave.
Sorry.
Sorry, people. Is all the way in Australia, so we're not sure
I
how
hold on to it.
And it's very wet.
It is wet.
Now those crickets grow to about the size of your hand. Also, as we're leaving, I'll point them out. There is a little family as we're leaving. But yeah, closest relative all the way to Australia, so they might have come in on a little box and they got here and into the cave. They're very scary, and sometimes they'll jump in your hoods. So yeah, you might be putting it
She's like,
put it in
I'm the one that asked, I'm
oh my
sorry.
gosh.
I'll put it in my hood.
Wow.
This is so beautiful though, huh?
Sounds like something from Harry Potter, a spricket.
I have them in my house too, because I live basically on the nature trail. So very scary. That's nice. Oh, and there's mice. There's sometimes mice. And that's about it. Yeah.
I would have expected that.
And they're also related to spiders.
Yeah, I hope not.
Yeah. Mites are one of the 5 different varieties.
Mice. Oh,
Lice. I thought you said mite.
Oh,
I don't want mites in here either.
yeah.
All right. Now we are getting to the point of the cave that was actually discovered by 2 trespassers. We had 2 teenage boys who heard about the cave, and the farmers only got to about half of the Crystal Ballroom, so nobody really got down here. They skipped school, broke in, and then were the first explorers. They were the first people to get here. They also are the first and only people who have carved their names right here in the Flowstone. So you can see there's a C.W. Snyder, an L.D. Sander, and the year 1871. And there's also the word chest written underneath of it. We're not sure why they wrote that. Maybe someone named Chester came along with them. He was a lot smarter, didn't write his full name. Or maybe there's a hidden treasure chest here or a time capsule, something like that. It's been over 150 years. I've not found it yet. So we're not sure why they wrote it, but eventually, hopefully, we'll find out. They also would have carved that under the seal rock right here. Now, after they found the seal, over time, we found the rest of our Crystal Cave Zoo. So right here, we got a little camel. We got a beaver, kind of sitting on his log. We got Speedy, our three-legged turtle, right here. Then we got a little lizard, kind of hiding his head in the sand. And then if you look all the way up here, we have a little ear, a nose, a mouth, and a lion's mane. There's our lion up there.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty. Now we are going to be passing our Crystal Cave. Wishing well active. But you can. One of us tour guides would have to hand them the bucket. That's how. So we would have to climb over. And
There's
then,
a lot of cash.
I don't know, it's probably going to be really heavy, so I'm probably not doing it.
Who gets that job?
Yeah.
That's really neat.
Someone who's really strong at this.
Well, we don't have any of those. Alright, just watch your wish light as we're going down the left-hand side of the stairs. Then as we're going down the stairs, you can also see the totem pole right here, that large column.
Wow, that is pretty. Wow.
Alrighty guys, since you asked about animals, if you all want to come up here,
Yes.
I'll show you something.
No rats.
Kind of looks like a snake, but it's not. It's just a cave wall. But actually, we had a raccoon in here as we were pouring the cement. We started to pour our cement in 1928. It did not dry until the late 30s, just because of how wet it is in here. So during that time, we actually had a little raccoon in here. So you can see his footprints.
Oh, yeah.
My phone light actually might be a lot better. Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah.
See all these footprints?
Footprints.
That's so funny.
Little baby raccoon. Alrighty. Now, we are going to start heading up the stairs to the last part of the tour. You can see a closer look at Devil's Den too as we head up the stairs.
Devil's Den. That's one place I am not going.
Just like you're drawing your favorite down. You have your favorite stress ball, right? And then you just drop it. And then you're like, I'm never getting that thing back.
A lot of stairs on this tour.
Someone had footlights in there.
Yes,
Mom, that's just your lucky chest or lights.
Wow, that is pretty.
No, I think it's more just the teenager inside too. It's like that's something I'll do, which is great.
Alrighty, does anybody know where we are?
In a cave.
Above the big rock.
Yep, a lot better than in a cave. I've heard Pennsylvania, I've heard Crystal Cave, but we are actually standing above that drop rock. We're standing right next to it. It is the large drop rock that was the ceiling of the storage room. Now, you can also see where it broke free from. Right up here, here, and over here too. And then it kind of just smacked into place. Now, as that rock fell, growing in place of that is actually our largest stalactite that started growing. So if you look right up here,
Oh, yeah.
this guy is 5 feet tall and 500 pounds. It is
just
the
about taller than
largest
him.
in the cave.
You are taller. I am taller than him. Yes.
It's a big.
Alright, I'm not, I'm shorter, so very sad. But this drop rock is also called reference rock, just because there's a couple of TV show or movie references that is actually in the Flowstone. So if you look right here, we have a Star Destroyer from Star Wars.
Nice.
Yeah.
We also got Snoopy right here, so you can see his little head, his nose, and his feet kicking up. He's laying on his doghouse. Then we got the Flintstones house right here. So we got their little cave entrance and some dinosaur eggs hanging out around their house. Alright, then if you guys look all the way to the front, we have our Crystal Cave mascot. You can see a little eye, nose, a mouth, a cheek, an ear, and a cap, and then some frosty breath going all throughout the cave. This is Jack Frost. He's going to keep the cave cool all year long. So summer or winter, it's actually going to be 54 degrees in here. Now that does conclude your tour of Crystal Cave. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, my name is Ellie. We're now going to be exiting up the left-hand side of the stairs. As we get up there, there's going to be a brown wall with hand sanitizer for all you guys to use. There's all the railings in here. And then we can start to make our way out the cave up the left-hand side of the stairs.
Aliens. Wow.
You guys want to see those crickets?
Oh yeah.
They're up here.
Yes. Oh yeah.
They're just babies too,
Yeah, they're
because they
baby
do
ones.
reach the size
Oh, no.
of an
it's so
adult's
creepy.
hand.
Yeah, we're zooming in on that thing.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, they can stay right there.
How big?
Yes,
Yeah.
please. Heads up, people.
Yeah, do they like to jump? People, who knows?
Oh, 54 degrees.
Goes from 54 to now 75.
Can I go back in? Hot.
What a difference in
Please. It's so hot.
temperature. That was an in-depth tour. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, that was fantastic.
That was really cool.
I mean, what was your favorite part besides those crazy bugs at the end?
Going to the top part and then looking out and seeing how big the cave is, and you can see like all the formations from up there. That was really cool.
And they said we went about 125 feet down, but it goes 200 feet down. What our tour guide said. That was pretty cool. Did you like that?
It was very cool. There was a little irony in there that when there was a wedding in 1919, they had a party down there and they had a bar set up, and it was right next to a 60-foot drop. And the irony was kind of
Yes.
not lost on us.
That was impressive. Tour lasted about, I don't know, an hour, just under an hour. There was a little video we watched at the beginning, and then the tour guide was super knowledgeable. She told us all about different types of rock formations and things. I think I now know more about stalactites and stalagmites than I ever knew in my entire existence.
Look, there's mini golf right here.
Yeah, there's other stuff to do here. You got mini golf, there's trails you can walk around, there's a gift shop. Saw that there's a little mining section. This is a nice little family place to go check out. Kutztown, Pennsylvania. Crystal Caves. Did you have fun, sweetheart?
Yeah, I liked it. It was really cool.
We've been wanting to go here for a long time, and we just totally...
I did a whole project in school about the Crystal Cave, and I haven't been yet, so...
You did? Okay. Did you like it, bud?
Slow pokes. I got down here like 5 minutes ago.
Hey, Speedy Gonzalez, did you like it? Did you like the cave?
Yes, it was fun.
Yeah. What was your favorite part?
I don't know. It was just cool seeing.
How cool.
It was just nice, because it's been hot the few days. So the coolest thing about it was how cool it was.
Yeah, 54 degrees in the middle of summer.
I haven't seen anything that cool in months.
Yeah, that is a...
Bring a jacket, by the way.
That's
Bring
an
a
all
jacket.
that. Yeah, you need to bring a jacket if you're going to this thing. If you
Going
get
in
cold.
the summer, you need a jacket. If you're going in the winter, you should probably bring layers because you won't need as many layers because it's going to be warmer.
That's true. It might be warmer down there during the
It's
winter
gonna
time.
be like
Wow, and that was the massive hill that we climbed up to get to the top of the mountain. Got to get to the top of the cave to go down the cave. They also have a museum over here, but it's closed right now. And prices Ages 4 to 11, it's $15, and if you're over 12, it's $20. I'll link in this video to Crystal Cave so you can check it out. Make this a fun destination for yourself in the future, for you and your family, just hanging out, looking for something to do. They also have an ice cream parlor here, so that looks pretty awesome too. Closed right now because we're at the end of the day here. This is pretty sweet. Crystal Cave Mining Company.
That coming right from the stream.
We're gonna pan for some sleuth.
Pan for gold. There's ice cream and there's a restaurant up there.
Yeah.
Is it free to do though?
That's a different kind of thing.
And you buy a bag of sand and then you can mine it. This is pretty neat. It's carved out of a tree stump. Thank you for visiting Crystal Cave.
Nice that there weren't a lot of people either.
That was awesome. No one was there. It was like 2 other groups that were with us. It was very... So that's going to do it for today. New to the channel, like and subscribe. We greatly appreciate your support. We go on many adventures as a family. We go to theme parks. We go, apparently go to caves now. And thanks for relaxing reality with us. We'll see you on the next adventure. We are now so far in the middle of nowhere that we don't have a signal for cell phone, so we don't know how to pull up the GPS to get back out of here. So we are going old school to see if the little blue dot tells us where we need to go. So yeah, let's try to... I wasn't paying attention, but I was still focused on trying to
you
get...
weren't.
We're gonna be lost. Gonna be lost returning from Crystal Cave.
Trying to go to our favorite restaurant, but let's see if we can find it.
Oh, there we go. It popped up.
Okay.